Hey everyone, welcome to Screen Time Chronicles, your go-to source in the latest world events, relationships, health, and celebrity news. I'm your host, Screen Time Amon, and each week we'll bring you stories that matter most, diving into everything from the global headlines to the latest trends shaping our lives. So whether you're here to tune in for the drama, the facts, or the laughs, we got you covered. Let's get started. Hey, welcome everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good evening. Oh man, what a day, what a day, what a day. It's been raining all day. Man, it's been raining all day. What do you guys have going on for this evening? Let me know. It's been a crazy day. It's been raining off and on all day, which ain't bad because we need to clean the air because it's a lot of craziness going on out here. So we need to clear the air. So we know what's happening. That's what we need. We need to really clear the air out here. But I'm glad it's raining. It's been raining off and on all day, but the breeze has been feeling great. Man, once again, I'm your host, Screen Time Amon. If you go to YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. That's what I need you to do. Go to YouTube right now, like, share, and subscribe. Please, I appreciate that if you can do that. Well, what I want to do is, because I'm very excited, though. I'm going to tell you this. I'm excited because you know why? Let me tell you this. You want to know why? Oh, man, look at here, look at here, look at here. Washington, D.C., we might host the 2027 NFL Draft. Woo, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We might host it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to that. That will be exciting for us to have it down at the D.C. Mall. If you know what that is, the National Mall, let me be clear, the National Mall with the White House and the monument, everything's down there. The African American Museum is down there. It's a great space for the event to be held. You know, you can't get no better than that. To have the NFL, the 2027 NFL draft in Washington, D.C., come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all can clap it up for me. Come on, clap it, clap it, clap it. Don't hate. I know some of y'all Cowboy fans is looking sad right now, but don't hate because we got it. We got it coming in to Washington, D.C. We need that. We need that. We definitely. It'll be a blessing, man. It'll be a lot, especially with the new stadium that should be here in 2030. It should be complete in 2030. That's what they're predicting. So hopefully that stadium will be up and running. But to have the NFL draft in Washington, D.C. on 2027, man, you can't get no better than that. We've been deserving to have the draft here. Man, we should have had the draft here years ago. But once again, you know the politics because D.C. is not a state. It's a city. So I want y'all to know we're not talking about Washington over there in Seattle, Washington. That's on the West Coast. And nothing's wrong with that. But Washington, D.C. on the East Coast, where the White House is at, where the National Monument is at, where you have the greatest of all things. You can come in and get some mumbo sauce, chicken wings and mumbo sauce, fried rice. If you come into D.C. and you don't ask for that, something wrong with you. Because we know that mumbo sauce is no joke. And once again, while I'm talking about that, I will be going out, doing sometimes checking out restaurants. And if you want to come and be on the interview, maybe we could talk about that. I might have some chefs up here. Who knows? I got so many ideas right now. But once again, I want to give Washington, D.C. a round of applause because if we get that 2027 NFL draft here, oh, man, I'm going to be so excited. You can't get no better than that, man. What else can we get? We getting a new stadium, which will be back in D.C., right? I know you got to be happy about that. If you a real Washingtonian, you got to be happy about that. Because I remember when I was a kid, once again, man, I went to the game one time, I think a couple of times when I was a kid that I can remember, being over at the original RFK Stadium. Wow, come on, man. If that wasn't the most, one of the best experience I've had as a kid, you can't get no better than it. I remember I used to go down. I was taken down to they used to have these events, which they still do, because I know one of the old Washington Redskins, Doc Rivers, he does a lot of events a couple of months here in Washington, D.C. or Maryland, all over the area. He does a lot of events that I used to attend and take pictures for. I used to go down there and meet some of the Redskins when they were the Redskins, because I want to respect it now. You know, the Commanders have earned their name, so I got to give them that, but they'll always be in my heart, the Washington Redskins. But I remember I used to go down there as a kid. We used to get the posters. They had dinner and everything, and we could meet the Redskins, and they would sign your jersey or give you an autographed poster. Man, when you're a kid and you meet NFL players that you watch on TV that put their hard-earned time on the TV so we can enjoy the sport, man, you can't get no better than that. You really can't. You can't get no better than that. I was really excited about that, and I love going to women and my family. We go out to the games. Man, we enjoy it. We have a good time because the energy that has been here the last 2 years at our stadiums has been amazing. People are a team spirit. People love to talk trash, and we can talk trash with them even if we lose. But people can talk trash and have fun. We're not fighting like most of the other players. You might get maybe one incident that I know of, but we don't get that much. We love to have when you come here, we want to entertain. We want to have a good time, man, and have fun. When you're watching the sport, you're not at a boxing match. You're there to watch a sport. Win, lose, or draw, it's supposed to be about fun. Yes, you may be disappointed if your team don't win. Who doesn't? But to get physical about it, it's just a game, man. We're not getting $1 million to be out there on the field. So why not just go home, suck it up? At least you don't have no blackout. You don't get arrested. Just go and enjoy the game, man. But I'm happy that the NFL draft will be here in 2027. Come on, it is what it is. It's going to be amazing, man. If you guys don't show that love, man, you ain't nothing but a Cowboys fan. I got to talk trash about you. And I know some of you Eagle fans, y'all are just going crazy because you don't know what to do. We coming up. Yes, we're the next in line. I can't wait, man. It's just going to be an amazing thing. And then it's going to be a lot of jobs available. So you got to think about that. It brings revenue back to Washington, D.C. the right way. Hopefully they'll do right and do what needs to be done. I love it. I'm so honored. I'm just happy. And yes, my face will be down there. So you'll see Screen Time Chronicles down there supporting. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. And it's just amazing. You can't get no better than that, man. Come on. Now, if we could get the hockey team to win the championship, I got to see if they still, I don't even know. I haven't really been watching sports. I got to get on top of that. But if the Washington Capitals can win a championship right now, that'll be amazing because they're doing good now. Don't get me wrong. Let's give them a round of applause. Yes. Now, before I get deep into the topic of today, I really want to say I am very happy. The 2027 NFL draft may be coming to Washington, D.C., baby. Okay. So now what we're about to do is I'm about to get to what, it's really a sad thing. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna let you you can call in on this topic, but I want to bring up this story that happened. I'm not really happy about it. Man, this just kills me when this happens, man. I'm so tired of this, but it's going on, and I got to speak on it because if I don't speak on it, then I'm not doing no justice or helping out. I'm not helping out at all myself. So what I'm going to do is I want to speak on this because this young man is gone and I dislike it, and I got to tell you what's going on. On May 2nd, 2025, police arrived at Cincinnati apartment complex where the stolen vehicle was parked. Ryan Hinton and 3 other suspects fled the vehicle. Ryan Hinton was carrying a pistol, Body camera shows another officer warning about the gun, and the suspect slipped while fleeing, causing the gun to hit the pavement. Ryan proceeded to run through 2 trash dumpsters, and once he got to the other side of the dumpsters, another officer shot Ryan 6 seconds afterwards. Immediately 6 seconds afterwards. The other 3 suspects ran into the wooded area, and 2 were captured. 1 is still on the run. I'm not sure if he got caught. The sad part to this is Ryan Hinton's death led to another incident. His father, Rodney Hinton Jr., allegedly killed a retired Hamilton County Sheriff Deputy, Larry Henderson, on May 3rd, 2025, the next day, reportedly in revenge for his son's death. Rodney Hinton Jr. is now charged with aggravated murder. Our condolences go out to Ryan's family, first of all. And our condolences go out to the retired Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy, Larry Henderson. Nobody deserves to die that way. In neither way. I feel sorry for both parties because it's just a sad thing. I know the Hintons are probably going through a major loss. That's 2 in 1 and day back to back, not even within 24 hours. You know, it's a sad thing. It just really makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. You know, it's just crazy. I can't say how I would feel if I was a father. You know, I can't tell that man how to feel about his son. But if you guys can, if you're tuning in, go look this story up. I don't want to play the video because everybody's been playing it. I'm not going to play the video of the shooting. I won't do that. I'm going to wait till they decide on what's going on. I have my own opinions on it, but I'll wait and see. I want you guys to go tune in and check it out. It's all over the internet. Go look at it and you give me your opinion. But what I have to say is the Ryan Hinton story raises many questions about the use of force by police and the impact on family communities. Am I wrong? His case highlights the need of transparency and ability in investigating involving police actions. The complexity surrounding police shootings can really be tough to navigate. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about this young boy because I go over it so much in my head about what happened to my family member. It's not just about the incident itself, but also about the ripple effect on the community and the family involved. Whew. So to the people that are tuning in, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this? Because this young man has lost his life. Once again, I'm not saying that it's okay to go out here and do wrong because it doesn't work. You know, when you're out here doing wrong and it doesn't help. You know, his father is on the left, and that's Rodney, which is Rodney Hinton Jr. That's the father. And on the right, that's Ryan, the son, the 18-year-old. Now, like I said, I have my own opinions. I've seen the video. I don't like it. I'll leave it at that. But I want you guys to go and use your own judgment. You guys tell me what you think, because we see this over and 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 over again. It's a sad thing. I don't know what it takes to get this thing right. And is there a solution? I mean, you got to look at that. Is there really a solution that we can do? I mean, because I'm not saying everybody is right, and I'm not talking about this situation. I'm just going to say in general, if a suspect is pointing a weapon at an officer, you got to protect yourself, both parties. But what I think on this, and you know what? No, let me just go ahead and do this, because I wouldn't be right if I don't speak my truth. I seen the video. This young man, Ryan Hinton, I feel he should still be here. I'm not going to sit right here and sugarcoat it. He should not have been shot immediately like he was. He never pointed the gun at the officer. It's shown. Now, for the sheriff, the commander in chief, whoever she is over there that was doing the video, she was quick. But they cut the video, the webcam, the body cam that the officer was wearing. They cut it so you can't see everything. But certain videos got out too fast. You can tell that when Ryan Hinton ran through the trash cans, he never looked at the police officer when he got on the other side, and he never raised his hand. I didn't see any gun. Now, if he had a gun, please show me. I didn't see any gun. I seen the gun when he dropped it on the ground, but I never seen any gun when he came through the trash cans. I just got to be straightforward, because if I don't, I'm wrong for even reporting this and not giving the full facts. So my opinion, I feel like another young kid was killed for all the wrong reasons. Now, I will say this. Should he have been in that stolen car? No. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He should not have been in that stolen car at all. That's one thing we gotta keep replaying, man. Stop doing the negative stuff, putting yourself in these situations. Please, can y'all stop doing this? Can y'all stop putting yourselves in these situations because they're eager to shoot? They're not going to ask no questions. Now, all that's like a slogan. All you got to do is say, like you tell your pets, come and eat. What you thinking? They're going to come running. The pet's going to come running. Your dog going to come running. If you tell your dog, here go your food, come here. If your dog see you putting out a tray of food, what you think he going to do? He going to come and eat, right? So once the police hear gun, their immediate response is, I got to take this person out. They don't shoot to the tires. They don't shoot in the leg. They don't shoot in the arm. It's always kill shots. I don't get it. It's so many kill shots. What's going on? It's so many kill shots that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Thank you for tuning in, Jasmine. When it comes to the color of our skin, hold up, let me read the first one. Most of the time there isn't a gun. When it comes to the color of our skins, you're so right. When it comes to the color of our skin, what do? We see time and time again, like that little, I don't know if he was 15. This was a while ago. I will get that story too. That young man went into another state. His mama carried him to another state with an AR-15, and he killed those people. Walked back across to where the police was at. They didn't shoot him. They took him home. Then the judge at his court hearing, they all patted him, talked to him, all types of craziness. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot right now, if Ryan would have shot the police officer, don't you think that webcam video, that body cam, let me stop saying webcam, that body cam video would be shown from the start to the finish? Oh, I don't agree with the captain or whoever she is over there in Cincinnati, Ohio, the one that did the broadcasting about this stuff. She was quick to put the cam out, but she cut. You notice they cut each part. They just wanted you to see him run. As soon as he got to the trash can, boom, they cut the camera, right? Why? Show the full body cam. Show the full body cam to the world. Stop hiding. Stop protecting these crooked police officers. Nobody is perfect. If he made a mistake, he made a mistake. But he should not have killed Ryan Hinton. He should have not have killed him. He shouldn't. They shoot first, ask questions later. Then they dig up dirt later, smears the victim name. That is so true. Jasmine, yes. That is so true. That is so true. They will smear the person, the victim's name so bad to try to make the victim look like he was the scum of the earth. They try to make him look like he was the scum of the earth, and look what happened. This is ridiculous. I'm tired of seeing it. Like I said, I went through this. I've been through this. My cousin was killed by Washington, D.C. police officers. He was shot 3 times. In 2000, what was it? 2000, I can't even remember. 2019, my cousin was killed by the Washington, D.C. police officers. He was shot in the front, in the stomach, and he was shot twice in the back by 2 different police officers. He had his hands raised. And by the grace of God, somebody was there to witness it. So they couldn't get away with it, but they lied on my cousin. They lied on my cousin. I have the article. My aunt, rest in peace, she's gone now. She won multi-millions of dollars off this case. But you know what? That didn't bring my cousin back. So when I see this, the reason why it touches me so much is because I had to go view my cousin's body laying over there at the DC morgue. I had to go and talk to my family and tell them, yes, he is gone. Tarsh Lorenzo Jackson. My cousin is not here today because of crooked cops. And I'm not saying all cops are crooked. I'm not saying that. Yes, I believe in so true. Black lives still matter. We don't hear about that as much. All lives matter. I'm not racist. But y'all gotta stop killing us off of instinct because you're so scared. Or you don't really, it ain't even you scared. You don't care about the black man's life. You don't care about the black youth life. You don't want them to grow up and be men. There's still racism out here. This is a very, 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 very deep subject for me. And it always will. I will continue to share stories like this until God tells me it's time for me to come home. But I dislike the fact that this young gentleman was shot within seconds of coming through them trash dumpsters. How do you do that? Now his father, Rodney Hinton, his father, I don't know. His father just couldn't take it. His father couldn't take it. His father ended up getting up the next day. I don't even think it was 24 hours. He allegedly went and ran down a retired police officer. I'm not saying that was right, but I can't tell that man how he is to respond to his son getting killed. That's your next generation. How can I say anything? I can't tell that man how to respond because I don't know how I would have responded if it was me. But I get tired of seeing this, and we have to try to do better. We have to try. Yes, you can go into the black church and praise and then get taken to Burger King. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's right. Oh, my God. The young man went into to the black church, I think in North Carolina or South Carolina. I can't remember which one it was. But he went in there, killed all those people in the church. And then they took him to Burger King to eat before booking him. The ultimate, I got to say it, white privilege. And once again, I'm not racist because I'll speak on, if anything happens to a white person with it, I'm going to speak on that too. Right is right, wrong is wrong. But on that case right there, they gave that boy Burger King before booking him. Where do they do that at? Where? Explain it to me. Let me know. But they do it in America, right? I'm tired. We have lost so many youth over this same incident or somebody else, Trayvon Martin. We can't forget about him down in Florida. Young boy just coming home from the corner store. He got killed by that. Man, you know who he is. I'm not even going to give him the fame. Trayvon Martin and many others are not here because of this so-called craziness. Craziness. And I mean it. Craziness. I'm tired of it. And I'm going to keep talking about it because now that I'm working the media again, I'm going to let it be known. I'm going to speak on anything that has something to do with our loved ones getting killed. You could be white, you could be black, you could be green, you could be gray, you could be yellow, you could be whatever. If it's wrong, I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to speak on it. I'm definitely going to speak on it. That's right. Somebody's keeping tally. And it's sad. They don't want us to grow the population. Y'all better recognize that this president signed a bill for the U.S. residents, or I'm just going to say America, they can get shipped over to El Salvador to that prison where you'll never come home. And you know what that do? You're not coming back. You won't see your mom. You won't see your dad. You won't see your kids, your brother, your sister, your nieces, your nephews, whatever you are, you won't be able to come back. I promise you, when they send you over to El Salvador, to that prison over there, you're not coming back. They building a lot more. They got tons of land over there. They working out deals right now as we speak. Come on, how you going to send Americans over to another country to go to a prison that we never even seen, we never got to visit? Yes, the president is also talking about reopening Alcatraz. Thank you, Mrs. Washington. He's talking about reopening Alcatraz. Do y'all know what that is? The youth, I'm telling you, you better wake up and do your homework. If you want to know what Alcatraz is, there's a movie. There's plenty of movies. Go look it up. Because when you go there, that's just like you're never coming home again. That is a cemetery, almost. They was giving out tours to that prison when it was closed down. I don't know if they still giving out tours because I never been there, so I don't even want to go there. That's a death trap. They are making more places for you to go where you can't come home. So stop doing these crimes. I have to speak on it. Yes, we all was young. We did little things we wasn't supposed to do. We have to live. We definitely have to live. We need to live. We need to wake up right now or it's going to be too late, because once you're gone and close your eyes, I don't know nobody who came back. Yes, the youth is busy line dancing with fans for what? You don't own nothing. Get something. You know, back in the days when I was young, I started this internet thing. We wasn't getting paid. My mama used to get on me, boy, why you keep doing that internet? Why you doing all that? Why you always on them computers? She understand it, don't get me wrong. But we wasn't getting paid like y'all getting paid now. Y'all getting paid for the littlest thing that we used to say was foolishness back in the days. So y'all don't know, y'all get these millions, right? You don't even last 2 weeks to a month once you get $1 million contract. And I'm talking about some of these rappers now. I'm talking about some of these rappers right now. It's sad. I'm talking about some of these rappers right now. Y'all get this $1 million. Y'all don't even know how to live. You don't even make it to build a home for your family or leave your family, your loved ones. I get one person that I can say that I know of, and there's probably many more, but before his demise, Young Dolph. Look what he set up for his kids and his family before he left. I give him a round of applause. Rest in peace to young Dolph. Look at his story. Look what his son just did. His son just bought his record label, Pre. He took, I think it was $4 million. He took it and turned it to $80 million with the help of his family. Now he's still moving. That's young Dolph's son. He's not even fully a grown man, but he's doing what his dad left him to do. You know, and that's crazy. We need to stop. We need to stop. Some of these old folks need to stop fine dancing and clicking the fans. That's true. I mean, it's fun. Oh, fan dancing? Okay, fan dancing. It's fun, but don't you get tired of seeing it? It's starting to get played out. You know, you see these dances now, it's like, wow, man, I'm tired of that. I hear certain songs like, okay. And I love music. Anybody that knows me know I love music. I do. I love it. Some people think that the Black Lives Matter is over. It just means that our lives have values too. One is not more important than the other. Amen to that. One is not important. All lives matter. But what I need y'all to do, y'all got to get serious, man. Learn something, and if you get money off of rapping, off of this TikTok or YouTube, go get you some property. Learn about the stocks. I'm not good with the stocks. I'm learning. I'm teaching myself little by little. Put your money to something that'll last for your generations down the line, please. Please put your money. I had to learn the hard way, man. I got some money and I invested in, well, I thought I was investing in the people, and it didn't go nowhere because those people didn't value, because they didn't value what I was doing because it wasn't their money. So today, now what I'm doing, I'm investing in me. That's why I got this podcast up. I'm investing in me. I'm investing in me. I'm not investing in nothing else if it ain't got nothing to do with me doing what I need to do. I don't have time for the games, man. We gotta learn how to work together and stop taking from each other. We gotta learn to, and it's kind of hard. You know, we talk about we can't blame nobody because we're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves. What do you have going on? Why are you trying to take from somebody if you ain't worked for it? But you want me to put you on, but you don't want to come over here and work the hours that you need to work. It's going to be hard if I had to do it. If I'm doing it, why you can't do it? It doesn't make sense to me. It don't make sense. And that's so true. Free can be forgotten, but you remember the hard earned, yes. Because people take your kindness for weakness. Oh, I can go over many stories of that. People take your kindness for weakness. You can do so much for people. And people take your kindness for weakness. They act like you ain't never done nothing. Because as soon as you say no and stop doing it for them, you the worst person in the world. But you was the greatest while you was making them look good. You was the greatest while you was putting your talents behind them, right? As soon as you wake up and you see that, excuse me, and they see that what you doing, they not appreciative of it. And I'm not asking you to kiss my butt. I'm not never asking you that, but I ain't asking you to cross me either. Cross me for what? I stand behind you. I stand loyal to you. But you cross me. But you want me to fall because I'm not doing what you need me to do for you because you can't do it. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. Talk to me. I don't think nobody hearing me right now. Talk to me. That's real. I really feel in my heart, man, we got to stop hurting each other. And I'm gonna go back to this because I gotta speak on this. I gotta speak on this because this doesn't make no sense. This really doesn't make any sense at all. Ryan Hinton was only 18. He don't get to go. I don't know if he finished school or not. I need to check, but he don't get to have a family. I don't know if he had any kids. I don't think he had any kids because they didn't mention it. He don't get to live his life anymore. Now, I don't understand. You couldn't shoot in the air? You couldn't say freeze because I didn't hear you say freeze on the video. All I heard was he got a gun. No, I heard he say gun, gun, gun. I didn't hear nobody say freeze. It's the police, even though we know you got the sirens on. But y'all still shot this young gentleman. And I don't even know, once again, his father is on the left-hand side. Rodney Hinton Jr. Man, blessings to you, sir. I know it's going to be a rough road for you. And I hope they're protecting you right then, because I think you go to court tomorrow to see if you can get a bond. This is a father that loved his son. I'm not going to say he didn't. This is a father that loved his son. You guys want to take away from that? The sad part of this is his father is going to jail now. He don't get to hold his son anymore because his son is gone. His son ain't coming back. To the Hinton family, we send our condolences. Because I can't even imagine. I don't know what I would do. I would lose my mind. I pray I don't get no calls about that for any of my kids. I pray, I'm praying that every day that I don't get no calls, that I'd be scared. Because I pray that it don't happen to me being a black man. Because it can happen to me also. I pray every day. Because we don't know what we up against once we walk out of that door. Do we come back the same way we leave out? Or do we never come back home? And that's real. Do we ever come back? Do we get to make it back to the house that we walked out of that morning or that night? Do we get to make it back safely without any interference? So I feel sorry for this family, man, because that's 2 L's in one within 24 hours. It wasn't even 24 hours. That's 2 losses. How do you bring that back? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know how you could bring that back. What can you do? Is there anything anybody could do? Because you can't make up for that. You can't. How do you make up for that? How? Please tell me how can you get that back? Because I don't understand it. There's a loss. There's a major loss. You cannot. No, it just won't come back. His son is not coming back, and I say it over and over again because I want to drill it in your head. To the youth, I know it's not many on here listening, but I'm gonna keep drilling this in your head. Man, we got to do better. There's more things to do than to get in a stolen car and joyride. You got plenty of things, man. You can't go to save your money up if you work and save your money up. Take your little girlfriend out to an event. Go somewhere, learn a different country. But you don't have to be out here robbing, stealing, or come on, people work hard for these cars that they get. Because you don't know if that person had a mother that they need to take to the doctor or any family member. You don't know if they had a handicapped child. You don't know. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying these young guys still in the car was right, because no, they were wrong for that. But this is what happens when you do wrong. There are consequences to everything. There's consequences to it all. So now the father and son, you must say they gone. I can only imagine how the father's feeling, man. I don't know. I hope he don't do nothing to himself while in the penitentiary. I pray, because I'm quite sure they got him on a 24-hour watch or 72-hour watch. I don't know how they do it in there. I'm quite sure they have to watch this young man. And I feel sorry once again to the retired officer that was killed. Blessings to his family, because he didn't deserve to die for somebody else's mistake. That man left his home just like anybody else, went to work and was working. He didn't deserve to die. I'm not saying what Mr. Hinton did was correct. I'm not saying it was right, but I kind of understand. But that's another life lost. Because Officer Henderson didn't deserve that either. His family got to go through loss now. We don't know if he got grandkids or sons and daughters or nieces and nephews. We don't know what his family has. So we send our condolences to him too, because like I said, right or wrong, it's not about the black and white, but right now I'm talking about this officer shooting this young guy. I don't know if the officer was black, white, Spanish, or whatever. I just know it was an officer. I seen the gun. I seen him shoot the young guy, and he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it. Who deserves anything like that? Nobody. It's just sad case of affairs when you as a parent have to get to the point where you just say, it is what it is. I don't care anymore. They're taking my child and I have to do what I have to do. I agree. Because that's what it's coming down to. Parents can't take it anymore. We lose. Michael Brown was shot by the police. He's another young gentleman that should have been here today. He come from the corner store. Officer played big and bad and shot him in the head. Shot him a couple of times. And it was on tape. It was on video. But, that's another situation. And you think these parents aren't going crazy right now? They have to relive this every day. They can't get away from it because they lost their child from the same situation. There's so many people I could say and speak on from the young gentlemen, the young ladies also, that was killed by police officers that didn't deserve to die. I'm going to get some of their names because I'm going to have to speak on, I'm going to have to get them. One day I'm going to do just a praise for them. I'm going to have to speak on these because there's some young ladies that were killed also that didn't deserve to die also. I just want you guys to understand this thing is real. You got to look up and think about the loss that people take. You got to look up and think about, man, why does this have to happen? But kids, if you're 17, 18, 19, 20, even younger than that, man, it doesn't take you rather follow your parents' rules than to end up in jail, and you got big rules in there. You got predators, you got all types of people in there when you could have stayed at home and listened to your parents till you got grown to go get your own place. Because of this situation right here, you could be next. I could be next. Who knows? But you have to learn to do better. We have to do better as a whole. It's not right. It is not right. We have to do better as a whole. I need you guys to wake up. I need you guys to wake up. I need people to get together. Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to a few people and start getting people to be on the cast, to speak to them about different subjects. It's not just gonna be about this. It may be about gangs. It may be about real estate. It may be about all this different stuff that we could talk about, health. But when it's things like this, officer-involved shootings, I'm gonna definitely speak on it. So I'm not going to brush this off. I'm going to speak on it because it just like the young gentleman that they got a case on right now. I can't think. Let me see. Oh man, I should have brung that up too. They got the officers on trial now. Oh man, I can't think of his name right now. But I'll get to that too. I'll talk about that tomorrow because I think they're deliberating right now about that. I will speak on that tomorrow. I have it, I have it together tomorrow for that because I just thought about that. But he's another one. The police, five big officers beat this young beat this young gentleman. He was only a mile and a half away from his house at nighttime. Mm. And y'all say this young gentleman took a beating. I need to get his name. I had it, but I don't see it. I'll definitely talk about that tomorrow too. But let me, before I go, this is what I need to do because I didn't do this tonight, and I want to get some people's opinions. So let me do this. Let me go here. Let me go here. Wow, it's thundering outside real bad. So right now, if you want to call in, you only get a few minutes. I can't give you all night. We just need you to give. I give you like 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes of the topic. But if you want to call in right now, the lines are open. 202-573-8632. Call in the Screen Time Chronicles and give me your opinion about this. You can call in right now. That's 202-573-8632. Call in and let me know your opinion on this case right here. I just don't know. It's a sad thing. It really is. A father and son is gone, and they can't get it back. They really can't get it back. You can't bring them back. What do? You can't bring them back. Greg said, I'm going to do the same thing if you kill mine. Only difference, I'm going to hit more than one. Hey, brother, I understand where you're coming from. I'm quite sure there's so many of us feel that way because we love ours. Hold on, let me take this call and see what she's saying.
19th, December 23rd, 15.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Screen Time Chronicles. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. The topic tonight about the father and the son, that tragedy, it's a lot to unpack there, right?
Yes.
Um, be- yeah, I know. I think about this young man doing, unfortunately, what some some young people do, thinking that they can steal a car, they can do um a crime that doesn't they feel as though don't have major consequences, and they don't make it home at the end of the day. I mean, they've got to stop playing with these police out here,
Correct.
because you once you open that door and you give them an opportunity, they are you could end up like this young man, gone. Trump is building these mega prisons.
Yes.
He told the president, I think, of El Salvador, build five more. You know, there was already a problem with the school to prison pipeline, with them arresting black and brown kids and putting them in jail and for minor crimes, and they spending the rest of their lives there. I mean, you got to, if possible, whenever possible, walk the straight and narrow, because they are on the hunt.
I
The
agree.
justice system is not justice for everybody. It's just not. And once you slide down that slippery slope and you put yourself in a position where you could get locked up, anything can happen to you. They got you then. And your life in some cases is very much over, because if you get out, you may not be able to get a job,
That's true.
or What about the people that go to jail and then they come out and they've been injured in jail or they've been mentally damaged? People just think about the physical aspects of things. What about the mental things that you go through in jail? If I could have a message for young people, it's like, listen to your parents, do the right thing, because once you don't, you don't control your life anymore. You don't control your future anymore. And it's up to somebody else as to what happens to you. Your mama tell you to clean your room, your daddy tell you to take out the trash. I bet you'll do what those people in prison say.
That's true. that is so true.
It's just a damn shame. And I'm sorry about the young man, because nobody deserves to die over a situation like that. And these cops are not trained to wound. They're trained to shoot center mass.
Yes.
Right in your torso area. And people need to understand that, because the training has not changed. People have defunded the police. They've jumped up and down about shooting people in the leg and in the arm instead of center mass, but that's not how they're being trained.
That's true. That is so true.
Yeah.
I agree with you, caller. Yes, I agree.
And I feel, and I'm gonna get ready to jump off so somebody else can get on. But I'm so sorry for the father. He translated his pain into another act of violence. It's just heartbreaking.
It's I feel lose on both parties.
Yeah, my heart goes out to both families. The officer's family, because he had nothing to do with that, right. And it goes out to the family of the young man who perished in his father. So thank you for letting me have time to vent.
And thank you for calling in. I appreciate your opinions. Everything you said, I agree with. Thank you for calling in the Screen Time Chronicles. Have a good one.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Yes, as you just heard, if you want to call in, 202-573-8632. If you'd like to give your opinion about this incident that happened, it's a sad situation. It just keeps happening on and on. It does. It's not going to get any better. We see it's not getting any better. And like you said, he's talking about building prisons over in El Salvador where you're getting deported. How you going to get deported and you from the U.S.? How you going to get deported to a prison and you're not from there? But you see what happened to this young gentleman? Please call in if you'd like to talk about this. Give me your opinion on how you feel about this scenario. Call in 202-573-8632. The lines is open right now. Call in. Let me hear what you have to say about this, because I'm very disappointed. I'm upset. I don't like it. I'm so tired of this going on. But we have to do better as individuals ourselves, because if we don't do better, look what happens. All we get is the same situation. We get killed, they move on, and they don't get in trouble. They just go on to the next. They stay up the limelight for a little bit. They go on to the next. This is just one that they got caught for. But if they train like that, they didn't just start doing this. So it's others that probably done got hurt by these cops, and you just don't know about it. So please, let me know. Call in, because this is a subject that I will keep on to until I see what happens with the trial. But I'm gonna preach about this, because any other killings that I see, if it's wrong, I'm gonna preach on it. But we got to do better. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. We got to stop doing wrong. Because the thing of this is when you keep getting in these stolen cars, or you rob a person, you get a run in with the police, or you get on high speed chases, what you think the outcome going to be? The percentage is like how the feds, they come and get you, they locking you up. That's how the percentage is with them killing us. You have to do better. If you got parents at home, I don't care if it's a one parent, two parents, you have to do better so you can live life. It's a sad situation. I don't agree with none of this. I wish the young guys wouldn't have stole the cars. I wish the young guys would have been at home or at a basketball court, at a recreation playing basketball or in school. I don't know what time of the day it was, but you got to do better, man, because don't you want to be at home? Because now you don't get to wake up. He don't get to call his mom or his grandmother. We don't know. It's a tragedy. It really is. It's a tragedy. But like I said, if you want to call in before I get off of here, because I'm going to get off of here, call in 202-573-8632. Let me know what your opinion is. Don't be scared to call in. You can call in and I'll give you a few minutes to talk your truth about it, your opinion about it, and then we can go from there. But I'm tired of saying this. It's going on over and over and over and over again. That's what's happening. It's going on over and over. Now, let me say this. If you want to donate to Screen Time Chronicles, you can go to the Cash App, $ Screen Time Chronicles with an S on the end. You can send donations in that way so that we can bring you more on this show because we're trying to take it to new heights. You want to go to Screen Time? If you want to donate, you can go to Cash App. It's $ Screen Time Chronicles with an S, all one word. You can donate. You can send donations in that way. I just don't know how many times I could preach about this. I don't know. I don't know how many times. Ryan Hinton, man, your soul, please, I hope it's resting in peace right now. Well, we see this on the regular. It's getting worse. Well, it ain't even getting worse. It's already worse. We have nobody to protect us. Let me take this caller. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling in. Screen Time Chronicles.
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I just wanted to speak on one thing.
Yes, sir.
They're building all these new prisons. Why aren't they putting that money into our schools? They need to start educating our children better than they're doing.
I totally agree with. Let me give you a round of applause for that. I totally agree with you.
There's prisons down southeast of Colorado Springs that are just sitting there empty that they've built, and they're planning on filling them. But you don't hear anything about, oh, this new school got this fund so they could expand their science department or their mathematics department. You don't hear none of that. I mean, I might get beat up for this, but I'm a Trump supporter.
Right.
But there are things he's doing wrong. I mean, I don't want to say this and be laughed at, but from what I heard something about, he's talking about reopening Alcatraz.
Yes.
Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, he's talking about reopening that. I think that's a very that's another sketchy situation. I don't approve of it. That's a death trap.
The amount of money it's going to cost to make that prison safe for prisoners, if they put that into the school, they'd have a totally different outcome.
I agree.
I mean, and then if kids today were punished by their parents like we were, you and I go way back.
Yes, we do.
If they were punished by like our parents did, we all lived, we survived. We might have got a couple of bruises on our butt, but we survived.
Right.
They need to break out back. Let the parents start raising their kids instead of, oh, you yelled at my child. Oh, no. That's where our problems are. Is because kids nowadays know if their parents raise their voice to them,
Mm-hmm.
they can call DHS and get them in trouble.
Right.
That's where the problems are starting.
I totally agree with that. I say the same thing because as we go back since the 80s. We didn't we knew how to cut up, but we didn't cut up when our parents. We didn't play with our
Oh,
parents. Yeah, we didn't play with our parents. We knew right from wrong. Um, that's true. They need to allow. Well, it's kind of rough with this RT because it's kids having kids now. They're
right.
being friends with their kids, and also that law where your parents can't spank the kids. Please, I still spank my kids, and they are 30 something years old. I'm not having it. I'll
Right.
go to jail if you did wrong. I'm gonna let you have it. But they need to fix that. I agree with you 100%. It's kids having kids, and then this law about you can't beat your kids. They get to call child protective service or have the parent locked up. Then when the child go out there and do something wrong, they're gonna say the parent wasn't being a parent. So which way is it?
Right. I mean, the parents are like, when my kids, when they were 14, 15, they went out and acted up, got in trouble by the law, and there was any kind of restitution,
Mm-hmm.
the parents are responsible for that restitution. So why can't the parents be responsible for punishing their kids?
Hey, brother, you said it. Let me give you applause for that again. I agree. I agree.
We got a long road to travel to try to get this country back.
I
I
think
mean,
it's really lost. RT is you gotta look at it. When we were coming up as kids, we didn't hear a lot of I don't remember hearing about police officers killing kids. Not in this way. Now I'm quite sure it was going on because we didn't have the internet like we do now. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but when we were coming up, I never seen that.
right. And I'll tell you this for one, when I was over at like David's house,
Mm-hmm.
if I cut up, Mary didn't call my mom. Mary whooped my ass. I mean, she
Right.
whooped my ass. Pardon for the language, sorry.
No, you're good.
She whooped my butt more than once.
I
Because I
agree.
mean,
We got whoopings before we made it to the house. We would get whoopings from the neighborhood.
right? I mean, the parents hit all the kids. They didn't. I mean, if one parent saw a kid running with a knife, they didn't call their mom. They dealt with it,
Correct.
and
That is
that's the
true.
way it should be done.
That is so
I mean,
true.
the old saying, "It takes a village to raise a nut." That's true. I mean, like my youngest son right now, he's 13,
Mm-hmm.
and if his friends are with him at my house and they cut up and it's something dangerous, I'm going to deal with it first and then call their parents.
Correct.
I'm not going to try to get a hold of their parents and say, "Oh, your son's doing this, da da da." I'm going to deal with it and then take that child to their parents.
Well, you made a
And that's
valid point. That village is missing.
right. The village is missing.
Yeah. The village is definitely missing. We don't see that anymore. You barely are in tune with your neighbors. A lot of places in these cities and places, you don't even get along with your neighbors anymore.
Right.
We used to could
Sad.
go almost to every house on the block. We knew somebody in that house and we didn't have no problems with them. You may get one bad apple out of the bunch, but it was rare.
Right.
We don't see that anymore.
And honestly, I don't think anything's going to change until we start seeing that.
It's a long process. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. We got to deal with this situation. Like I said, I don't have any problem with you. Already know you've been my boy since 80 something, so I don't have a problem with who you vote for. That's your choice. You have the right to do that. But we all
Well,
got to see right and wrong, and whoever is in the house. I don't care, white, black, Chinese, whatever. If they're wrong, they're wrong. If they right, they're right. And that's how I
Well,
see it in my eyes.
let's be honest about one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've even got the bumper sticker on my truck. If voting mattered, it would be illegal.
If voting
So,
matters, it would be legal. Is that what you said?
yeah. So
And
it doesn't really matter who we vote for. They already know. It's just like in wrestling. When you start watching WrestleMania,
mm-hmm.
they already know who's going to win the last match.
Correct.
Just like with voting, they already know who's going to be the next president. It doesn't matter what we vote.
Oh, I totally agree. All this stuff is fixed. It's always something going on behind the scenes. We already know that. That is so true.
Yeah, and I don't think that'll ever change. In all honesty, in the near future, I see them trying to put in some kind of monarchy where they just vote in a king, and then he's a king until he dies, and his child takes over.
Yeah, it's kind of like how they got when the Pope is chosen, he's the Pope until he passes away. I see
Right.
that happening also. I think that's what we coming
What's
down to, and Trump is really trying to hold the fork down until he's out of here. I really believe that.
Yeah, but in Trump's defense, when his first term, he didn't really get a chance to do much because he was always defending himself to everybody.
Well, RT,
This
you gotta
time,
look at it like this. And I didn't mean to cut you off. I think when every president gets in there, all of them have to defend themselves. All of them have to fix what the next one did, because this stuff been going on before we was born.
right.
So to say one person was bad or one person did this, and I'm saying this for all presidents before I was born, it's things been going on in this world that if it was right, we wouldn't have these issues with low income housing. We wouldn't everybody would have a job. They could pay for their bills. We wouldn't need food stamps. We wouldn't need all this, and health care would be free. We have it's been an issue well before we was born. So that's why I don't blame one person. Yes, Trump has his good and his bad. He ain't no dummy now. Let me be clear about that. He's not a dummy. So I never thought that about him. He has his wrong times. Obama has his wrong times. I will say that. He had his certain things he did, but it was a lot of stuff he did wrong. Every president has something that they don't do right all the time. That's the name of the game.
But in reality, the president really has no power. It's all in Congress. It's Congress where we need to start fixing.
Yes, I was going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. Everything goes to Congress. They really can't. They can only do so much. Just because they're the president, they don't really run the world. The Congress run everything. And
Right.
the USA, you know what I mean? In the United States, Congress run everything, because if you pass a bill, they got to approve it.
Right. And, the first thing we need to start with Congress is term limits. Because, we need to get younger men and women in the Congress with fresh ideas. We got people in Congress spending their, 30, 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. They're going off of values from the 50s, all that. You can't do that nowadays. Things change.
Yeah, we got a lot of people sitting over there that's in wheelchairs. That's what we need to do, And hold on real quick. Let me read this comment. He needs to stop with executive orders. I agree with that. That executive order thing is too much.
I agree. Yeah, because what's he doing? Worrying about executive orders instead of doing other work to fix other problems that executive orders ain't gonna fix.
Right. And you said the key thing. Fix the schools first. Before we do anything else, fix the schools. And then we can get the computers in there. Remember, we had typewriters when they first started computers with the AOL, but we had typewriters. We had real books that we could read. We had to do our homework in order. Say that again. I'm sorry.
If you remember correctly, we had Commodore 64s and IBM computers.
Yes, that's right. Sure enough, did the IBMs. I definitely remember those. Yes, we did. We need to get back to teaching instead of forcing. That's what we needed. We need to get back to teaching. We don't the teachers don't even want to be in the schools anymore.
Right.
You know, they just taking some of these teachers are scared of the kids. Some of these teachers are just collecting checks. They're not really teaching anymore. And I understand it's a hard task now because you don't know if you're going to be in a fight with the kids. You don't know if you're going to lose your job. Certain things you can't even teach anymore. So I just wish they get back to just really teaching. Don't make it a white or black thing or anything racial. Just teach all cultures. Because one, I think if we teach all cultures, then we will be willing to go out of the country and learn other cultures and be a part of what's going on. And there would be less killings here. Because if you go in other countries,
Right.
there's not a lot of killings.
See, one thing they need to understand, it doesn't matter what color we are, we all bleed red.
That's a fact. Preach, brother, preach. Preach. We all bleed red at the end of the day. We all go get buried. We all cremated, whichever one, but we all got to see our maker at the end of the day.
Yep. And we don't take nothing with us.
Yeah, we don't take nothing. We don't, because once you're there, eventually you're not there. Later on you turn to dust and you're not there. So
right.
We got to do better before that time comes. But we can't get together and work with each other to have a peaceful, successful life. And I don't mean successful by being rich. I mean successful by being a village again. If we could be a village again, that would be amazing. If we could be a village where I can go knock on your door and say, "Hey, RT, can I borrow some sugar?" Or you come over to my house and say, "Hey, I need some milk. I ran out of milk," and it's not an issue.
Right.
We need to get back to those days where if it's late night and somebody don't have water on, they can come over and take a shower or take a bath and then go home. But we have to not be violent to one another. That's what we have to start working on. Because remember, back in the days, we could leave our doors unlocked.
Yeah.
You could just walk
my
up.
parents never locked the doors.
Yeah, I don't remember locking the doors. We could knock on each other's door and just walk in and say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" It was okay. Now you can't.
I mean, how many of us walked around and we woke each other up? We're standing next to your bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, get up!
Yep, that's right. Before we go to school, that is so true. But we don't have them days like that anymore. That's what's missing.
Nope.
That's what's missing. But I appreciate you calling, RT. I gotta try to get some more callers in, man. You had some valid points. I respect you and salute to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, and I want people to know this is somebody I've known since the 80s, and he's a Trump supporter, and I have nothing wrong with that. That's his opinion and his choice. He has the right to feel the way he wanted. I just want to be clear. I want everybody, the viewers, to know he has the right to pick who he want to pick. He has his life to live. So I'll never befriend him. He hasn't done anything wrong to me. I know he's not racist. He has his own opinion. He has his own views. He's a grown man. So I'm glad you called in because this is a prime example of you can have friends that vote for different people and it's not a problem. So I appreciate you, RT, for calling in.
But I will say one thing real quick. I did vote for Obama.
And see, well, I didn't know that. So, hey, see, there you go.
For Obama.
Okay.
And the reason why I voted for Obama is we've never had a black president. Okay. So how could we say that he couldn't do it?
Hey, you know what, RT? I got to give you that, brother. I didn't even know you did that.
I voted for Obama. He was the first president I ever voted for.
I did not know that. Hey, I will give you a round of applause, my brother. But let me get some more callers. I appreciate you calling in once again, RT. Be safe out there. Okay?
Okay, I will be, and I'll be watching the rest of the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Have a good day, Ron. Love you.
You do the same. Love you too, brother. Now, as you see, we're two different races. That's a good friend of mine. Been a great friend of mine since we were kids. Since we was in like the 8th grade. It doesn't matter your race. It all matters of how you treat each other. And let me read this comment. Some people are not against segregation. A lot of people say, why can't we just all live together, or why can't we all just get along? Think again, segregation where Black folks have their own businesses. Think about segregation where Black folks have their own business. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I agree. It just needs to be a change. It really needs to be a change. And I don't know how many times I could say this. It really needs to be a change. We have to do better. We have to figure this thing out, because if we don't, we'll be keep burying each other. Once again, we gotta go. Don't get me wrong. We gotta go someday. But why are you sending yourself to an early grave? Why are you putting yourself? And don't get me wrong. Some people, this things happen so different at different times. Now we don't know if we go to the movies, to the restaurant. People are just crazy out here. But let me say this: we do better. We work on ourselves. That's why I really don't go out no more, because it's not that I'm scared, but hey, I don't got time to some crazy fool to come in and start shooting up the place. I can't beat no bullet. I'm not scared. I just want to live longer. Because we gotta go. There's no such thing as you're gonna live here forever. I don't know anybody who's done it. And if they do, give me the recipe. And then you don't know when you get older how you gonna be. Your body, you don't know where your mind gonna be at. So to say even to live all them 200, 300 years, you don't know how you're gonna be. If that's possible. Because I'm not God. I can't say how long you're gonna live. So if anybody else want to call in, I'll give you a few minutes to talk. I can't give you all night, but I give you about 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes to have a discussion. We were talking about the Ryan Hinton situation. Let me read this comment. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan always said that we need to have our own health care and our own businesses and our own schools. That is true. I believe that, if we could have a village, we could do that. Some people are trying to do that now. But if we had that, like it used to be, somebody tell me, what's that one place? Lake Lanier, I think that's where it's at, Lake Lanier. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. Lake Lanier was a place where Blacks had their own schools, own stores, everything. I think they flooded that place. I had to do my homework on that, but I think it's Lake Lanier. They had everything. They had their own community. If we could build our own community, but we got to build it. I don't mind if you're Black or white. You can come in that community, but you got to live by everybody's standards. You got to be able to live. I don't think that there's nothing wrong with trying to work together. There's nothing wrong with working together. But if we could build our own community and we could live around each other like we used to, then we could really make it. I really believe that. That's Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's what it is. Thank you for that. Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had Lake Lanier out there. Do your homework on that. They owned their own businesses, their own churches, everything. They had everything there. You got to go look at it. If you really could build, if we could build our own community, we got to stop being scared, man. It's enough of us. Really, I believe it's enough of us. Stop being scared. If you could go support people that you don't know, support somebody who's trying to do something. I got plenty of friends that's doing something correct. I got plenty of people that's doing something. Let's get together and start supporting each other and build a community. It got to start somewhere. What is that? That's why so many people died in Lake Lanier now, and Georgia's cursed. I agree with you. I agree with you definitely on that. Lake Lanier has messed up a lot. That situation messed up a lot. I'm not sure what happened in Rosewood, Florida, because you got to get me up on that. I got to do my homework on that. I don't remember that. We got so much that we could be doing, and we don't want to support each other. We really don't. We don't want to, I ain't giving him no money. I don't want him to get ahead of me. Stop thinking like that. Stop thinking that we can't support one another. Please stop thinking like that. It's crazy. Why we can't support one another? Why we can't? Because you worrying about somebody getting left behind? You worrying about you can't be a part. You can't be a part of it. But we got to learn to play our positions too. We got to learn how to play positions. You can't just be the chief because everybody don't know how to be a CEO. We all got to learn how to. It's jobs I can't take because I don't know how to do it. But if it's going to pay me to where I can survive, I will learn how to do it. Don't mean I'm coming in and take nobody's position, but why we can't work together? Why we scared to support one another? Why we scared to see the next man climb up the ladder? Why is that? Why we can't do that? And I agree. That's what I said. My advice to younger generations to buy dirt. That's why I say it. We need to learn. We need to get some land, because one thing, land ain't going nowhere. Land will be here forever. You won't. But buy some land so you can get it to the next generation. But the next generation got to do their homework and do what's need to be right so they can keep it going for generations and generations and generations. Not just for the moment while they here. Because if you don't do that, then you don't have nothing. No, we just don't want the young people to buy dirt. We want them to buy land. I think that's what he was saying, is to buy land. And that's what I think he was saying. But I agree. We have to buy land. Why we not putting in? What's wrong with it, callers? Can y'all tell me what's wrong? You don't want to buy land? You don't want to support each other? You don't want to stand up and say, look, bro, I got you. I got you. When you get there, man, bring me on. I don't mind playing in my position. But you worrying about somebody getting ahead before you do? That's what's wrong with the people now. That's why it's hard to have communities. Stop counting each other's pockets. If we join hands and build a community, you know how strong we would be? Right now, do you know how strong we would be? We could be powerful as one instead of trying to be, let me go over here, I'm gonna do this on my own. Let me go over here, I could do this. No, man, let's try to be powerful. People don't want to see you come. People don't want to see you grow. Okay, this country song out by Luke Bryan, I think it is. Some of you might not like country, but listen to the song. It has a good meaning behind it. I'm gonna have to check that song out. If you can text it to me, text that song to me. I'll check it out tonight. Okay, because brainwashing is a design out by the government to keep certain ethics in their place, which is ran by the elite rich. Oh man, woo, boy, that's so true. They want to brainwash us to do their things, the same thing they want us to do. They don't want us to read and write. They don't want us to link up and support one another. They want us to keep fighting against each other. They want us to see us be in a hole forever. They want us to see us go to jail or we can't get out forever, but we're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves. We got to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. We could get ahead so fast. Now, and I hate to do this, but I gotta say this. When you see them Koreans owning them corner stores, man, they pulling together. They not trying to, and that's just my opinion. If I'm wrong, somebody can tell me. But you see them, they get together, they bring in mommy, daddy, the grandparent, the grandmother, grandfather watch the kids. The mom and daddy take the little kids after school. They'll get them for a couple of hours, run the store, then send them to the grandmamas and let them watch them till they get off. Why we can't do that? Why we can't do that? What's wrong? Why we can't sit down and support one another? Because if we did support one another, we would get far. We get so far ahead. Everybody can eat. Everybody can live and laugh about what they did when they came up to get where they are now. Why we can't do that? If somebody want to call in, you can call in. Please call in 202-573-8632. That's 202-573-8632. If you want to call in and we can have this discussion, call in. Please don't be scared to call in. Let's talk. I was going to get off here, but I'm saying, man, y'all participating tonight, boy. Hey, let's knock on wood. Keep coming. I'm thankful that you're participating. These are deep subjects. These are real subjects. We got to do better, y'all. We can have a community. We can have more than one. Who say we can't? We can have more than one. Are y'all scared to have it? Or is it just me? Is that what it is? Please let me know. Is that what you want? Just me? Or you don't want to see the next? If you see somebody doing something positive, man, help them grow. It don't mean you giving up your life. But also, let me say this. If people are helping you grow, make sure you look out for them when you get to the top of where you're trying to go. Don't act like you don't know them. That's another bad trait that we have also. We get to this high level, and then we forget about everybody else. How they said the grass ain't green on the other side all the time. Stop thinking it is. Stop really thinking the grass is green on the other end, because what you could do is you can run into a railroad. You can have a train wreck because you thought the grass was green on the other side. You might backstab your friend to go hook up with somebody you don't know. Stop thinking the grass is green on the other side. Because it's not. Y'all, please let me know. If I'm wrong, say it. Please tell me tonight, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Please tell me I'm wrong. Because I see it. I see it every day. I've been down that road where I thought people had my back, or I was doing so much for them. I was doing so much for them, and I wasn't looking out. I wasn't looking for nothing. I didn't want nothing in return because I'm a loyal person. I'm a very loyal person. But when you cross me, I cut you off before I do something to you. Because if it ain't physical, I'll cut you off. You'll miss me before I miss you because I've been loyal. I'm a loyal person. Can't nobody say it. If people talk bad about me, we all got people that hate you or dislike you only because you said no. And let me see what this comment say. There's a lot of me and I'm out here. Self-coach agreed. That's true. That is true. It's sad. It's sad. Boy, they made this internet thing, man, with this podcast stuff. Boy, you know how much stuff I could preach on that I ain't preaching on right now? Because when I get to subjects like this, I think about all the people that I didn't help, all the people that did me wrong, but I ain't going to, knock them. It is what it is. But I do mention it here and there, but I don't say no names. Don't make me anyway, because I'm not scared to speak on anything. because I stand on who I am, and I am is who I am. Believe that. What I say right here on this podcast, I can say right in your face. But I want to keep it positive. But I don't want no foolishness on my podcast. If you don't come up here respectful, you're going to get the boot. You know how they say? Put your boot to the dirt. Or I don't know how that country song go. They've been playing it so much. But yes, I'm just here to speak facts, man. And if I don't know, I'm going to do my homework on it because I want to give you the truth. I want everybody to show love, show support. Don't be scared. What, you scared to come on my platform? You scared to talk on my platform? You scared to share my platform? Why? I ain't done nothing to you. Don't ride somebody else's coattail because you think that person know, oh, he don't like him, so I ain't gonna help him. I ain't gonna get on him. Ask them what did I do to them? Probably just cut them off because they did me wrong. But ask them if I really did something to them. And if I did, it's because they started it. I just finished it. 1, I ain't no yes man. And 2, I ain't no sucker. So ask them, what did I do? Ask them ask them what did they do? I'm sorry. Ask them what did they do that started it for me to react. Because I only react to the way you treat me or you do anything to me. I'm just, because you can't walk over me. That's why you'll try to talk bad about me. Because you can't beat me up or carry me and make me and belittle me. You'll try to talk bad, but who cares? Because I am who I am, and I am, and I am, and I am who I am. But back to what I'm saying, y'all. If y'all want to call in once again before I go, because I wasn't expecting to be up here almost 2 hours. 202-573-8632. I would love to hear your opinions on some of this stuff. Let me know. Cause I'm up here. I'm sharing. I'll be back in the morning, but I'm up here. I might I don't know. No, I'm not gonna come on later on tonight. But it depends on what happens. If I'm up, I will. But if you want to call in before I get off of here, 202-573-8632. You can go to the YouTube channel, go to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast, like, subscribe, and share. If you want to send a donation in, you can send it through the Cash App, $ Screen Time Chronicles with an S at the end. If you want to send donations, Screen Time, the $ Screen Time Chronicles. Let me get this caller real quick.
Press 1.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Screen Time Chronicles.
Hi, I'm enjoying your podcast.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You have to turn your volume down on your computer. That way, because it's echoing, I can hear the echo in it. If you could you just gotta listen through your phone. But if you got it on speakerphone or through your computer, it's gonna echo.
Okay, I'm just on my phone. I don't have a speaker on.
Okay. Now you sound better. I got you. I can hear you now.
Okay. But I'm enjoying your podcast. And I think you're presenting some really good topics. And I think we do need to do better. And I hear that a lot. But what I'm concerned about is that people, say, well, we need a forum to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And we do a lot of talking about it. We do a lot of talking about, getting together, as a people. But where does it really ever start? Where does it start? Do you call some kind of community gathering and everybody gets in one spot and then we go from there? Or do we just talk about it? Because we've been talking about this stuff for years. And how, the younger people, are already getting worse, and I think society and the government plays a big role in that.
because one, they've allowed the younger people to disrespect their parents.
Mm-hmm.
For one, you can't spank your children anymore. The government has allowed that. So now the children are not respecting their parents. So that's played a big role in where the children are headed now. And then, too, with the way that the United States is capitalistic, all they care about is money. And a lot of that stuff comes through the music. A lot of that gangster rap, I know people, a lot of people won't agree, but a lot of that has a lot to do with the mindset of our young people.
That's true.
And it's dangerous. And it'll continue to be dangerous. But I just wanted to throw that out. Once again, I enjoy your podcast. You have a lot of good topics, and just keep up the good work. And I think the song that you were talking about, Get Your Boots on the Ground.
Yeah, Get Your
Boots
on
the
the Ground. Yes, there you go.
I think that's it.
I couldn't remember because I got so much going on in my head. Yeah, Get Your Boots on the Ground. Yes, that's it.
But now they're having the videos or the YouTube with the little 3-year-old girls with the boots on the ground and popping the pants. Now, tell me now, what are you teaching them, the younger girls? Because this thing is not just all about the young men.
I don't agree. A little girl and a cowgirl, I didn't agree with that either. I don't think at a certain age they shouldn't show that, because you got a lot of pedophiles out here. They shouldn't do that. It sounds like it's cute at home, but on TV you should not let that be seen.
Yeah, and it's not just about the young men that are committing crimes. These are young girls too.
Yeah,
12, 13, and 14 years old.
Yes, they shouldn't. They should have a stipulation on who can be on TV with that. I totally agree with you on that. I didn't like it. I turned it off immediately. I don't see the fun out of that. It may be cute if you're at home with your family, and you know how they used to have us dance like Michael Jackson in front of the TV, but still have the child dressed appropriately.
That's true. All right, so thank you for allowing me to come on your show.
Thank you once again.
And you have a good evening.
You do the same. Thank you for calling in the Screen Time Chronicles. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Bye.
That's a valid point. Hey, what's going on, Rico? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Yeah, you definitely have a valid point. But that song was Boots on the Ground. Yeah, that's one of the latest they going crazy with. I like the dance now, but we gotta add more to it. It's just a lot of craziness going on. It's out there. It's definitely crazy. We can't do anything about it, but we got to do better. We got to do better. We definitely got to be doing better. We got to do better. Oh man, be careful. You might end up in the White House. Nah, they can't pay me enough to do that. Nobody's gonna snipe me off. No, I'm good. They couldn't pay me enough. I'm not trying to be nobody's president. That's not my role. I don't see that. I can voice my opinion, but that's a stress, and more than a stress, I'm trying to tell you, I don't want that position. They can get after somebody else. No, thank you. No, I don't want it. But we have to figure it out. Like you just heard the caller call in and say, we can talk about it, but how do we get it started? Because people can say, oh yeah, I'm down with this, I'm down with that. They may not show up, or because a person don't get to have their way right away, they don't want to participate. Stop being a gatekeeper. Stop being a gatekeeper. If you guys really want to tune in and really help, man, help out. This money, and what I'm saying, I'm not talking about for me. I'm saying just in general. Just if you see somebody doing something positive, support it. Don't go turn and go to somebody you don't know and you're putting all your money over there, but that one person you can't even count on, you may not never meet a day in your life. I mean, that's real talk. But we hate to see the next man come up or the next lady come up, and we right there with them. But when they come up, then you want to join the bandwagon after they come up. So all I'm asking you guys to do, keep tuning in, like, subscribe, and share. Share Screen Time Chronicles with your parents, with your kids. And you don't have to do the little kids because some of this stuff is 18 and older. But share with your classmates. Share with your coworkers. Share with your people in church, because we don't have a lot of cussing over here. Let's get this thing going. Let's do this thing, because we got a lot we could talk about, but we got to put it in. We got to put it into action. If we serious, we got to put it into action. Let's make it happen, because we could talk all day. We could talk all day. We could definitely talk all day. We can. We could talk all day long about that. I vote for you. I appreciate that, but that's not my place. That's definitely not my place. I don't want to have to worry about. I'm already got to protect myself out here to the world, but going in there, me trying to be a president, no. That's just a faster way for them to knock me off. I'm not having it. I really like that. That's a good thought. I appreciate you for that suggestion, but no, that's not for me. I'm good right where I'm at. I don't see me being and not saying I couldn't, but I don't want that. That's not my life and my goals. I got other things I need to be doing out here that I can help in other ways. And that's what I'm doing now. That's why I'm here on this podcast. I should, the timing is right now for me to start speaking up and stop sitting back. I'm glad everybody tuned in. Wow, this is great. Once again, all the people that called in and tuned in tonight, this is for you guys and ladies. I really appreciate all you guys, everyone tuning in. This feels great. This has been one of the best podcasts I think I've had outside of this is probably the best one right now, because it's real energetic. Everybody's tuning in. Everybody has great opinions and voicing their feelings. I really respect that. Thank you very much, you guys. I'm going to take one more call if somebody want to call in. I see 7 people looking. If somebody else want to call in, 202-573-8632. Call in and give me your opinion. If you want to call in before I shut this thing down for the night, call in and give me your opinion. It is very important that we hear from everybody. And if you want to donate, once again, Cash App is $ Screen Time Chronicles. You can send in a donation. That's Cash App, on Cash App, the $ Screen Time Chronicles with an S, if you want to support the channel, because I'm going to take this podcast to a whole nother level. It's going to only get better. If you want to send in donations, please do. It's not a problem. It's not going to hurt anything. If you want to help out, please do, to take the channel to another level. That's what I'm here to do. But if you want to call in, once again, you can call in. The number is 202-573-8632. And the topic, once again, so you guys can, just in case you forgot, the topic is for tonight. 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was killed by an Ohio police officer a couple of days ago. The following day after that, within 24 hours, his father, Rodney Hinton Jr., allegedly ran over a retired officer, Hamilton police officer, and killed him. I feel sorry for that. I just wanted to bring this up. If you want to call in, because if you missed it early, this is what the topic is about. The 18-year-old Ryan Hinton that was killed by Ohio police officer. What's your thoughts? Call in 202-573-8632. I feel that it shouldn't have happened, but I'm not God, and I don't, but in my opinion, like I said, from now on, I'm going to start voicing my opinion, because if I don't, we don't get the real responses of how people feel. Everybody has the right to feel the way they want to feel. I just feel right now that it's a sad situation. I feel sorry for Mr. Henderson, the officer that passed away, that was killed, because I don't think he deserved that either. But like I said, it's a sad situation all the way around. I send my condolences to the Hintons and to Henderson, to their families, and may you guys rest in peace. And Rodney Hinton, I can only imagine what you're going through, my brother. I can only imagine. That's Rodney Hinton, the father, on the left. That's Ryan Hinton on the right, the son that was killed by the police officer. The father was the one that allegedly ran over the police officer. The son on the right is Ryan Hinton, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, who was killed the day before. Within 24 hours, was killed by a Ohio police officer. So if you know about that story, you can call in tonight before I get off. I'm going to get off in a few minutes. It's 202-537-8632. That's 573-8632. 202-573-8632. Man, I really wish that it was so much more going on in this world besides all these killings. You know, I remember, like I said, when I was younger, I didn't hear about a lot of killings. You know, we had them, you know, but it wasn't like this that I knew of. I'm quite sure what lynchings was going. Let me take this. I'm talking about my generation now, because slavery was going on back in the days before I was born. I didn't live that era. I've heard about it when I got to a teenager, but I didn't live that exact what is it called? That era of slavery. I didn't live that. I've seen it. I can only speak on what I've seen. I've read a lot of books on it, but I'm speaking on my era as in the 80s. I didn't hear about a lot of kids getting killed by the police, but that's probably because we didn't have the internet. That's why. That's the reason why we didn't hear it. We didn't hear it like we do now. The internet is crazy. You can hear everything on here. You can find out anything you want in the drop of a dime. Back then, if you was on the East Coast, you wouldn't know what was going on the West Coast till about a week later after it happened, vice versa. Now you could pick up within 2 seconds. I could watch a LA high-speed chase every day, like I'm right there in LA. They had so many high-speed chases, boy, it's crazy out there. I can go over and watch over if I want to see Chicago. They have so many gang violent shootings with youth. I can see that every day real quick. I can watch that within seconds. Over here in D.C., New York, or Philly, or Florida on the East Coast, they have so many killings going on that we see every day. We can learn in 5 seconds now because of the internet. It's nothing that you can't learn about on this internet. But I'm here to talk about it. Call in 202-573-8632. Come on, y'all. Don't be scared. Call in. You can call in. Before I go, I got a few more minutes and then I'm out of here. But I wanted to share this story because it's a sad topic. And I appreciate everybody that tuned in. This is a sad topic. And I'll keep talking about it until they figure out what's going on. But in my opinion, I would like to see the whole body cam that all the officers had, so we can see it from different angles. I don't want to see it just from one angle. I want to see all the body cams from all the angles. I think it was 4 or 5 police officers out there. I want to see all the angles. I definitely want to see it. And that's right. Social media is very good and very bad. I agree with that, because you can learn some good things, but you can sure enough learn some crazy, devilish things on this internet. And that has its good part, because now you don't have to go to the library. You can find out on the internet right here. You can read and write right here on the computer, easy. You can go to Google and X or Chat GT, whatever that thing is called. I mean, you can use whatever now. But it's so much going on that we have to get it together, people. I don't see what the problem is. Are you scared? Or are you just selfish? Are you just content with what's going on? I'm gonna say that I was scared to do this podcast. It wasn't because I was scared of the people. I just thought I had to have this thing A1. And now it's good, but it's getting better. That's the only thing I kept saying. I gotta wait. I gotta wait till I got this. I gotta wait till I got that. No, I ain't had to wait. It's doing lovely right now. I am very thankful that I started this podcast a couple of weeks ago. This is not the first. This is not the last. I plan on being here as long as I can because I have a lot to say. I am the media. I am a part of the media world. I am the one that can speak up. I am the one that's not afraid to tell you the truth, the right or the wrong. I'm not afraid. So that's why I'm here right now. I'm here to share with you what's going on. I'm here to share with you the do's and the don'ts. I'm here to share with you that people I know that can come on here and talk some truth. Whether it don't have to be because it's my opinion, because I'm not right about everything. I wanted to be whoever to come on here and share their opinion because it's something that can open up my eyes to something that I can learn. See, that's what my podcast is about. Screen Time Chronicles is about learning, about sharing, about teaching, about elevating, about engaging. That's what Screen Time Chronicles Podcast is about. That's what it is. We are glad that people have a place to speak. Thank you very much. Yes, this is a place where you can call in and speak your opinions, but be respectful when you do. But you can speak your opinions. We don't have to come from the same views. Come here and speak your opinion. Come here and voice what you want to say, how you feel. Even if I don't agree with you, you can come to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast. You can do that over here. And you won't be hated. I won't dislike you. I'll still be a friend of yours. I still support you whichever way you want to go. As long as you come on here and be respectful. That's all that matters to me. Once again, I want to say I send my condolences out to the Hinton family. I send my condolences out to the Henderson family, that officer that lost his life yesterday. Because it's never a win-win when things like this happen. And like I said from the beginning of this podcast, I can't say how Rodney Hinton felt. I can't tell him he was wrong. I have no right to say he was wrong. I wish that didn't happen because he could be an advocate for his son. He could have been a strong advocate for his son. Now I wonder what Ryan's mom is going through if she's alive. I don't know. I'm going to do my homework on it. But I wish Rodney, somebody could have got to Rodney in time so he could be an advocate of what's going on. Because if you live through it, you can share with the people and maybe someone can hear you. Maybe someone can listen and see what you're going through. And then maybe it'll wake another youth up and say, I don't want to lose my life like that. Rodney Hinton, I don't know what more I can say about this. I send my condolences to you, brother, because I can only imagine how you're feeling right now. I can only imagine the thoughts that went through your mind before you allegedly ran over that officer, or what your mind was going through when you grabbed them keys to start the car up, when you got in the car, when you walked to the car to start the car up, when you sat in your driver's seat. What was your mind thinking? Only you have the answers to that. I can never tell you how to feel. I can never tell you was right or wrong. Only you and God got to talk about that. And then I'm quite sure you done already talked to God about it. I don't know anything else I could say. But it hurts me to see that you had to go through this, because I don't wish this on nobody. And I'm speaking from my heart. I'm very sentimental, man. If you really know me, if it touches me, I'm sentimental. I don't got no problem admitting it. I can be a hard head at times, but I'm very sentimental. I'm very sentimental when it comes to things like this. I'm a very sentimental person. I don't have no problem admitting it. You may look at me and think, oh, he's an angry person. No, I'm not, because I care a lot. Sometimes I care about some of the things I shouldn't be caring about. But I appreciate everyone that came on here. I was trying to get somebody else to call. If they want to call 202-573-8632, you can call in, and you can give your opinion about the 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, who was killed by Ohio police officer a couple of days ago. Call in and let me know what you think. You know, it's a sad thing, because now the 18-year-old is gone. His father, Rodney Hinton Jr., now is arrested for allegedly killing a Hamilton Hamilton deputy. I don't know if it's right, but he's locked up now, and that's aggravated murder for allegedly running over this retired officer, which is a sad thing. Because like I said, once again, I can't tell you how to feel. I can't tell you your actions. And that's true. Let me read this one last comment. I don't know if someone tried to talk the father down. I don't know if the father did what he did and didn't tell anybody what he was going to do. What did he just blank out? That's a good question. I asked myself that. You know, it's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. Whew, it's a sad thing. But before I'll just say this. If you ain't prayed to God anytime soon, start praying now. Because without God, we can't do anything in life. But if you don't believe in God, you got to have your own faith, your own talk with God. I can't tell you what God's going to say to you. God's going to tell you what he's going to say to you. Only thing I can do is say pray. You don't have to go into church to have a conversation with God. You don't have, nobody's going to do right. Nobody's perfect. We all have our faults. We all have our flaws. We all, we've all been sinners at one time or another. But one thing you can do is say we are a child of God. And I don't do much preaching because that's not me. But one thing I can tell you, I will say this every time before I get off here. Say a prayer with God. Talk to God. Ask God to lead you which way you need to go, because he has the final say so, and your journey is already written. But you got to apply that to put your foot and start walking in that direction. Because I haven't been there. I heard about the pearly gates. But I'd rather go to the pearly gates than be down there where that hot sauce is at. And that's what I call it, underground, that hot sauce. And I'm talking about past 6 feet deep, because I don't know what's down there. I ain't never been down there, and I hope that it ain't nothing that I want to see down there. But sit down and have a talk with God, man. Do that tonight for me. Sit down and have a talk with God. Ask God for your forgiveness. Let God know that you believe in him, that he is your father, that he is the one that you believe to walk you through the journey that you need to go through. Because like I said, nobody's perfect. You'll never be perfect. You're going to make mistakes along your journey. But you and God got to become best friends. God should be first. Before anything else in your life, God should be first. And if you don't believe me on that, I don't know what to tell you. You know, the only thing I can do is say, allow God to be first in your life. That's what I want you to do. Don't be scared, because he's not going to hurt you. He's not going to hurt you. He's definitely not going to hurt you. He will show you. He will show you the right from wrong. But he's not going to hurt you. God don't hurt you. There's other things that hurt you. When God wants you to come home, he's going to say it's your time. But you can't be scared. Before I go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Screen Time Chronicles Podcast. Subscribe, like, and share. That's all I'm asking you to do. It don't cost you nothing to go support it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Go to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast right now on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. I want you guys to understand. Say a prayer. Say a prayer. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Screen Time Chronicles Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's journey through the latest in world events, relationships, health, and celebrity news. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your friends, because the conversation don't just stop here. Stay connected and join us next time for more insights, laugh, and the latest headlines you need to know. Until then, take care and keep your screen time filled with stories that matter. Good night, everybody.